before we start our lesson this morning, requesting everybody to have a moment of silence for the prayer. Okay, Namjoon, please lead the prayer.
Lead me, Lord. Lead me by the hand and
Good morning, students. Okay, you're all energetic. That's a good start. Okay, please make yourselves comfortable. And are your data connections stable? I see. Kindly, please turn on your camera so that I can see your faces. All right. Thank you for responding, guys. And did all of you turned in already? Oh, Yoongi's not here. Okay. Thank you. So today we will be having our new lesson. But before that, what was our last lesson? Yes, Taeyong? Okay, very good. Our last lesson was all about the 8 parts of speech. What are the 8 parts of speech, Jungkook? Oh, amazing. You all still remembered our last topic, huh? Is there any question regarding our previous topic? So since you don't have any questions about our previous topic, so let's move on to another lesson. So I've prepared a simple drill for you guys so that your brain will be energized. So here's a words with a rumbled letter. So all you need to do is to arrange it. These words has something to do with our new lesson. And do it in 2 minutes, okay? And send me your answers. Your time starts now. All done? Okay. So what words did you got in there? So today, we will be discussing about the figures of speech. But before moving further, I'm gonna read first our objectives for today. Objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to define the figures of speech, identify the types of figures of speech, and discuss the importance of figure of speech. Okay, please turn off your mics to avoid interruptions to my discussion. Just turn it on when I call you on or when I'm asking questions, okay? Okay, let's proceed. Okay, figures of speech. A figure of speech is a word or phrase that is used in a non-literal way to create an effect. So this effect may be rhetorical, as in the deliberate arrangement of words, to achieve something poetic, or imagery, as in the use of language to suggest a visual picture or make an idea more vivid. Figures of speech function as literary devices because of their expressive use of language. Words are used in other ways than their literal meanings or typical manner of application. That's why it was called figurative language or figures of speech. Okay, the term figures of speech covers a wide range of literary devices, techniques, and other forms of figurative language. Some common figures of speech includes simile, hyperbole, metaphor, personification, and onomatopoeia. Okay, let's go first with simile. So what is simile? Jimin, kindly read the meaning of simile. Okay, simile is a figure of speech in which two dissimilar things are compared to each other using the terms like or as. So, for example, he's strong like an ox. So they use the terms like. Okay? In the first example, the two dissimilar things that are compared is the he pertaining to a person and the ox. The term that was used is like. So yeah, it is the fact that the powerless of the object with various relations between them is compared to the strong. We should distinguish between simile and simile. Like this, he's strong like an ox. So in other words, the person was compared to an ox. It is then a powerful, resembling weak, that is likened based on this knowledge. This is an example of rhetorical effect in that the wording carefully achieves the idea of two things meant to connect to each other. Okay, the second example is she's as pretty as a picture. The two things that are compared was she and the picture. Okay, who can give another example of simile? Okay, J-Hope. Okay, very good. When dissolving like soap in water, okay, that was a simile. Thank you. The next one is hyperbole. Okay, hyperbole is the art of telling the idea that is meant to be explained by making it larger or smaller. It is a figure of speech that utilizes extreme exaggeration to emphasize a certain quality or feature. Hyperbole is a type of figurative language. Therefore, a hyperbole is not meant to be taken literally. A hyperbole is an overstatement that exaggerates a particular condition for emphasis. So, for example, in example number 1, I have a million things to do. So this example of hyperbole exaggerates the condition of being busy and have lots to do or have many things to do. So this person has the intention of literally doing million things, but is trying to figuratively communicate him being busy and occupied using a hyperbole for effect. So example number 2, this suitcase does not weigh a ton. So the suitcase does not literally weigh a ton. So this sentence uses hyperbole to exaggerate the weight of the very heavy package. So as you can see from these examples, the meaning of hyperbole is clear, and it is also clear that hyperbolic statements are not meant to be taken literally. They are hyperbolic by their very nature. Okay guys, did you understand it? Okay, if you understand, then give me another example of hyperbole. Okay, yes, Lisa. Okay, thank you for your example. The wave of the sea did not go as far as my heart. Okay, thank you. That was wonderful. So another figures of speech is the metaphor. So metaphor is a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. So this figure of speech compares two different things without the use of the terms like or as. So it was just like the simile, but this time metaphor doesn't use the terms like or as. So metaphor comes from the word metaphora, a Latin and Greek word by origin. So unrelated words are not used in metaphors. On the contrary, it is done by creating depth in different expressions. So like for example, the example number 1, that story is music to my ears. So metaphor is also compares to things, but this time not using the term like or as. So just like example number 1, did you see any comparison? Okay, very well said. The story is compared to the music. Yes, you see it, right? Because as it is said, that story is music to my ears. So the story is like a music to a person's ears. So did you understand? Okay, just like for example, also in number 2, she is a star in the sky. So she was compared to a star, but it doesn't use the terms like or as. But as you can see, they are compared. So let's proceed to another. Okay, personification. It is a figure of speech that attributes human characteristics to something that is not human. We call personification to give a human property to non-human beings. It comes from the word person. So we can remember the personification from the word person by bringing the person to our mind. Okay, analyze the example. Okay, the moon is smiling at me. Does the moon smile? Okay, no. The moon doesn't smile literally. So the word smiling was used to personify the moon. The sentence means that the moon was beautiful and lively, that it seems like smiling to a person. So example number 2, I hear the wind whistling. So the subject of the sentence are not humans, but we put some human characteristics to it to make it figuratively made. Okay, give me another example of personification. Okay, Jisoo. Okay, thank you for your example. Okay, the water dance across the window. So the wind doesn't literally dance, but because of figurative language, so we used it as an effect to the sentence. Thank you. So the last one for today is the onomatopoeia. So it is the process of creating a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the sound that it describes. Common onomatopoeia include animal noises such as oink, the sound of a pig, and meow, the sound of a cat, roar, sound of a lion, and chirp, sound of a bird. So this is one of the issues that we often encounter in our daily life. So in example number 1, the onomatopoeia is the word clicks. Can you hear the clicks coming from the roof? So the word clicks, it was the sound created by something on the roof. So same as in example number 2, the sound was creaking because of the door hinges. So I lubricated the creaking door hinges beautifully. So the sound was creaking. So is there any example that you've created based on onomatopoeia? Okay. We are in the kitchen when there's a sudden boom of something exploding. So what's the onomatopoeia in there? Okay, great. It is the boom. Okay. So I guess that's all for today. So is there any clarifications or questions regarding to our lesson this day? So since there's none, let's do a short activity. So please answer this. I'm gonna flash the activity on your screens. Are you done answering? Okay, send me your answers. Thank you. Okay, I'll leave your assignments to be submitted on our next meeting. Kindly just take some screenshots. Okay, thank you very much. So before we formally end this this class, may I request Liza to please pray. Okay, thank you for your cooperation, class. That's all for today. Goodbye, class. Have a good day.